Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Before I get into the recap, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I did finish the week with 13 wins and 1 loss for a win rate of 92.86%, so definitely very, very pleased about that. My only loss was Friday. Friday was a very distracting day. My son's birthday was yesterday, his first birthday, so Friday I had a bunch of things to do. So I was a little distracted. That's probably why I took the loss. But traded his room on the 16th. I said SPY calls over 562.50, which is right at this high right here. This 565.16 is all-time high. So I was thinking, okay, we get above that Friday's high, which is right here. We're going to test all-time high. So being Monday, I waited out the first half an hour. Just don't usually do that well on Mondays. If I take ORB plays, I just been waiting out the first half an hour or so on Mondays. Just let the market shake people out. So my first play Monday was SPX puts at 5,600 at 10:30, which is right here. It popped up. First 10-minute candle was red. Didn't make a new lower day. Didn't break a higher day until the third candle. Then I had a couple weird candles up here at the top. Then it dumped. So once I broke lower day below 561, I took puts. I took the 5,600 puts at 670. And they went from 670 to 1110, so that ended up being a good play. Then I took puts again at 1152, which is right here on the FU setup. I mean, not 1052. So I took it right here. I'm gonna FU setup right here. Big red candle, big green candle right there. So I took it underneath 560.75-ish, right underneath the bodies of these two candles, because the bodies are pretty big on this FU candle. So this is definitely a good FU setup. I'm glad I took it off the candle. Plus, I wouldn't have taken it at the bottom of the wick. I mean, look how long the wick is. The wick's almost $1. The wick is almost $1. So, being that it had a nice green candle above the body of the red candle, I went off the two bodies right here. So underneath the 560.75 areas where I took puts. I took the 5,600 puts again at 680, and they went from 680 to 850 right there. And then I took calls at 152. He's starting to get a little whiny, apparently. Let's see if I can at least finish this day before I have to pause it. 152, which is right here. I'm not quite sure why I took it here. I mean, I get all the wicks right here. I didn't take it here. I took it at 152, so I took it here. No, 152. 152 right up here. Okay, so I took an FU setup. We get the big green candles, a little red candle right here. So when I got over the high of this candle, 562.40, I took the 56.30 calls at 640, but I don't know what happened here. I added more at 220 right here. So I must have got it closer up here. Yeah, I got it in this candle, so I must have got it right here, right around the 562.50 area. Okay, that's probably where I grabbed it. And it pulled back, and when it pulled back, I think that's where I added, because I added at 220. 152, 220 is right here. And I added right in here. So I probably added a 562.50 if I had to guess. So I initially bought it at 640, added more at 410, make my new average 525, and it popped up to 580. So I was lucky to get out. So that probably could have turned out to be a bad play, but ended up working out. Then it just chopped. It really didn't go anywhere. And this is what I was expecting. Of course, it rages up, makes all-time high pre-market, new all-time high pre-market, and just makes it difficult to trade. So didn't trade the best this day. I remember I did some pretty stupid things on Tuesday, but I didn't take any losses, but I did some stupid stuff. I took calls at 9:33 because we were at above all-time high. So I was thinking, okay, we get over this 965.50 area, we're gonna like squeeze a little more. So I took calls right at open, right when I got over this area right here. So I got the 56.80 calls at 550. It dropped down, and I ended up adding more at 390, make my new average 470. Then it ended up, I think I actually averaged down up here, up at higher day, because it only went to 640, so it makes sense. It makes sense they average down probably up here, because I remember one of the days I averaged down near higher day or near the area. So I think this is the day I bought calls here, I added here, make my new average 470, and they went from 470 to 640. So that ended up being a decent play. Probably should have waited out the first 10 minutes. I would have avoided the headache and a potential loss. So that didn't work out well. Then I took puts at 1059, which is right here. I don't know why I chased this candle, then it popped back up, then it finally dropped. So I had the 56.40 puts at 660, and they went from 660 to 1420. But I think I remember buying them down here. I chased the candle, and it popped back up, then it finally dropped. So yeah, another thing I did, I should have waited out the first 10 minutes. Then I chased this candle. So yeah, I broke two rules right there. I remember these two plays. Then I took puts again at 143, which is right down here. Got a bear flag right here, popped up to the 200 EMA, which is the purple line. And once it broke, once it broke below the 561.50, that's where I grabbed puts. I grabbed the 56.15 puts at 740, and they went from 740 to $12 right there. So that ended up being a good play on that one. So this one I was a lot more cautious. I didn't break any rules. I stuck to my plan. I don't know what happened up here, but it is what it is. So, so yeah, that's going to be it for Tuesday. On Wednesday, let's see, the trade ideas room. Let's see, I said, did I even put anything out on the trade ideas room on that date? I don't think I did. Hold on. One of the days I didn't do it this week, the 18th. Oh, I did do it. Okay. I said SPY calls. It was Friday. I didn't do it. SPY calls over 565. Okay. Wait a minute. I got the wrong day here. SPY calls over 565. Yeah, it's up here. All-time high. I didn't trade anything. It was FOMC day. It was very expensive, very anticipated FOMC. So I just sat out the entire day. SPX was too expensive. Just decided not to do anything. I liked not to trade on FOMC days in the morning because, I mean, if you take losses, let's say you take two trades, you take two losses, and you're most likely not going to want to trade FOMC. So to avoid risk and potential losses and stuff like that, I just prefer just to sit it out, because the real play is FOMC afterwards, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for the FOMC strangle play, I had 55.70 puts at 710, and I had the 56.90 calls 790. I had to play a 120 point spread. I did not like doing that, but obviously with the FOMC, they cut their rates 50 basis points, and the market just ripped hardcore. And the calls went to 24.70, so got almost 200% on that. And the puts, I stopped out at 280, and I think they went as high as, if I had to guess, I think like 4 or 5. I could have got out even smaller, but I'm not going to complain. The calls well paid for, well above the cost of the puts, so definitely a great play on that. Then I ended up taking puts at 301, which is right down here. Right when it broke below 363, I took the 5600 puts at 540, and they went from 540 to 770. I'm not quite sure why I didn't go more than that. Maybe, yeah, I took them right here. I definitely remember taking them right here. Just not sure why they didn't go nearly as far. Maybe because it was too far out of the money. It might be too expensive still. Then I took puts again at 343, which is right in this candle. I think I took it underneath either 463 or I took it underneath 462.50. I'm not quite sure exactly where I took it, but I took it in one of those two areas. I probably took it under 463 if I had to guess. I took the 5630 puts at 650, and they went from 650 to 1550, so they went 100 points plus on that. Definitely a good play on that, and then just raged. It gapped up so much. It gapped up like what, $5, almost $10. So yeah, that was crazy. They gapped up so high. And traded his room on Thursday. I said SPY puts on the 569, which is down. 569 is down here. I mean, it could have said 569.50, but we were already in that area, so I just rounded down to the next whole dollar. As soon as it broke below 570, I took puts. I took the 5680 puts at 760, and they went from 760 to 1440. So got a good play out of that. I was thinking that because we had such a huge gap up, we were going to sell off at open, and that's what ended up happening. Then I took puts again. I didn't trade anything else at all. Just was a slow grinder. Didn't do anything, but I did take puts at 321, which is right here, right when it broke below 571. I think is where I took it. I took the 5720 puts at 790, and they went from 790 to $10. So I got a little bit of a play on that. So that was ended up being a good play. Now on to Friday, I did not put anything in for a trade at his room, a pre-market. I don't know why. Maybe I forgot, or I don't usually forget. Maybe I just ran out of time. But yeah, that was the day I was distracted. So I had a lot going on Friday. So I probably had something else on my mind, or I was doing something and I just lost track of time. So, and yeah, I didn't even post my Friday's plays on Friday. Yeah, so let's see. Like I said, I didn't post Friday's plays on Twitter, so I don't really have anything to go by. I just forgot about doing that. So I took puts at 9:45, which is right here when it made new lower day. I took the let's see, 5670 puts at $6 right here, and I don't know what they went to, so that's why I posted on Twitter. So but I got it at $6. Ended up being a good play. If I had to guess, probably went to 10. Almost all my plays seem to go to 10 for some reason. I don't know why. It just is. It seems to be the magic number. And then I took puts again at 1052, which is right here. When it we got a bear flag right here, popped up the VWAP got rejected. So I think I took it under 567. I took the 5680 puts 790, and I'm not quite sure what they went. If I had to guess, they probably went to 15 or 20 on that play. So it was a big significant drop on that. So I ended up doing pretty well, and then the last play I ended up taking for the week ended up being my loss, which is right up here, right at higher day. I took it, I think it was this candle, 114, yeah, right here. Higher day right here, inverted head and shoulders, the left, the head, and kind of a small right shoulder right here. I thought, okay, we're going to pop right here, and then it dropped right here, and I ended up adding... No, 115. Right here. Then I ended up adding in here, in this drop. I was above VWAP. And right after I added, it dumped, and I ended up just stopping out. And then it turned around and they went green. So that was kind of a pisser. That kind of annoyed me a little bit. But, I mean, I get why I took it here. I would have probably taken it again. Look, it's Friday. Monthly expiration day. SPY can just rip, and but it didn't. It went against me, and it is what it is. But not much I could have done. I would have taken that play again over and over. Normally it would have worked, but we've seen this in the past where we have bullish setups and the market just crushes it, or we get bearish setups and it reverses on you. So It's very annoying to see that averaging down and cutting it and turn around and them going deep green. That's so very annoying to watch. But it's part of trading. I mean, 13 wins and only 1 loss. Great week. I'm not going to let one play ruin my week or ruin my day. So I just cut it and just left for the weekend. So that's going to do it for the recap. This recap was definitely an interesting one to do. I've had to stop and go so many times. So usually I can just do the recap in one straight shot, and I had to do it a few times. I had to stop the video and do it a few times. So very challenging to do it today. So that's going to do it, and thanks for watching.